Welcome on in. Welcome to the 411 podcast. Here we are. We're doing it again. Thursday, the 25th. What's going on? A very special thank you to Miss Liz, author Liz Krause out there on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining in. So, we have a really good show tonight. I have my friend, Chef Gina B, coming in tonight. And yeah, it's going to be real good. Love speaking to her, learning all about her recipes and just overall, just a good individual. I come across a lot of people that I interview and I speak to on a day-to-day basis, and I definitely do really enjoy speaking to Miss Regina B. I had forgot to turn my notification off, so we gonna have to pause this. Hold on one second. All right. Now we back. We ready to rock and roll. Okay, let's get right on into it. Chef Gina B coming in tonight. And now we're gonna get into the song of the day. Get over it. Boosie, 2011. Sometimes you just basically have to either tell yourself or whoever you're interacting with to get over it. And in this situation, I have to tell myself to get over it. We already been through certain things in this lifetime, and you ain't trying to change nobody. You're not going to let nobody try to change you. So sometimes we get caught up in the game and we start to backtrack a little bit and maybe do some of the things that we once did before. And that's when the reality sits in. And for me anyway, and we're like, we've been there before. We played this record before. So you're just going to have to get over it. Get over yourself, get over this whole situation and just let it be and let it do what it do. And that's just basically it. Get over it. Princess of House, released in 2011. Miss Boosie. I remember when I first heard this song, I was actually in a situation that I was trying to get over and I couldn't get over it. And I just kept playing this song and I put it down for a little bit. And then actually when I got out of the situation, I played it again and I was like, I remember the feelings that I felt when I was going through it. And we never want to do that again. So we just getting over it. Miss Boosie, 2011, Princess of House. Now I have to say thank you to each and every one of you out there. If you're out there on Facebook, I want to say what's up. Thank you so much for the love, support. I appreciate it. If you're out there on Instagram, thank you so much. If you can please like, comment, share, tag your friends. Bring them right on into the 411 podcast because you never know what you're going to get. Last night on Reading Between the Wines, Layla really opened up the door with her book. I definitely highly recommend y'all to go ahead and watch the replay from Reading Between the Wines. It was some real life conversations and you get a little bit of humor in there, but at the end of the day, it was some real life conversations. And I'm sure somebody can relate to that. So thank you for supporting author Layla M. Lamy. Please go ahead and check her out and watch that replay. I want to give a very special thank you to Alex Coquito all the way from Puerto Rico. My friend, he has a show called Midnight Vibes, and yours truly is a co-host on that show with him on Saturday nights. Check him out, Alex Coquito, on his YouTube page. And Miss Anjoli, she has a business, Anjoli Soul Sense. Please check her out. She has lots of great things, and she's been on the 411 twice, and it's like each and every time her and I interact, we open up the door and we kick down even more barriers. So love her. Check her out. Mr. Onyx Blade, all the way from New York. Thank you for supporting. Will Serve. Check him out. He's doing his thing on Instagram. Complex Angel, what's going on all the way from Philly. And Dr. Sharita Madas. Thank you for your continuous love and support all the way from India. These are all people that have been interacting with the 411 podcast one way or the other. Y'all need to go back and watch some of these replays and check it out, man. It's been amazing. Ro Wang came on the 411 all the way from South Korea. author Liz Krause out there on Instagram. Thank you for coming through as well. You watched the replay for Reading Between the Wines. Tate Ellington on again just a couple nights ago. We talked about painting and drawing and all of the stuff that I couldn't do. So it was fun speaking to her. And then a very special thank you to Miss Desiree Covington, one of the first people to support me and purchase my new book, The Liberation Remix Journal. I definitely do appreciate her as well. A lot of my friends are going to come back this Saturday for the second year anniversary of the 4-1 podcast. And you can be a part of the celebration as well. Please just text me at 609-730-611 this Saturday when I go live. We can pull you up on Instagram. We can call you on the 4-1 hotline. We're going to have so much fun. And just come check out and celebrate. I can't believe we've been rocking and rolling and doing this thing for 2 years. And we just continue to keep getting better and better and better each and every time. And of course, I couldn't do that without the love and support from all of you out there. So thank you all so much, and I appreciate you. So let's go ahead and rewind this thing. All right. Do you gravitate towards the path of least resistance, or do you purposely set yourself up for a challenge? So I had this conversation with Layla last night, and for me personally, I think that life in general has taken me down some paths that I probably, if I could do it all over again, maybe some things I probably would change just a little bit. And I know some people say, I wouldn't change a thing. But sometimes you just be so exhausted and you be like, really, we just came out of this situation. Now we in this situation and we just came out of this situation. But at the end of the day, I get it. Like, I understand who I am. I'm stepping into my purpose. I know that, sometimes when you are doing this type of stuff, you're gonna be faced with some challenges more than others because you're an example. You're a leader in some certain situation. So I get that I have to go through some things so that I can come out here and speak to you about it and we can all relate. I've been holding on a lot of things for so many years, and I didn't know that this would be my outlet finally to be able to speak here. So I get it. So I don't I do gravitate towards the path of least resistance today, probably, because I know that I'm always going through something. So I don't purposely set myself up for a challenge because it's like, all right, I know you're going to set me up for this challenge. I know better. I'm like, all right, we get a break because we done been through so much stuff. But then once I'm in it again, I'm like, all right, this is another challenge. I know that you put me here. I know that there's something that I have to learn and something that I have to do. So here we go. So personally, I don't set myself up for any challenges because I know that they're coming. I know that they're already set up. I know it's already divine. I know that the steps have been ordered, and it's just something that I'm going to have to continue to go through in life to continue to break through. But how about you? Do you set yourself up for a challenge? Some people do. Some people don't want to take the easy road. And I'm not saying that as far as my life, I want it to be super easy, but we chilling out sometimes because, we've been through some things. So, but I know that there's some more challenges that are set up and that are coming. What about you? Speaking of that, once you go through some challenges and you go through some things, there's going to be some decisions that you have to make. And that's one thing that I realized, that every single time that there's a challenge, every single time that there's a little bump in the road, every single time that there's a little hiccup, every single time that something is, brought to the surface, all right, we got to deal with it. Now we got to make some decisions. Now, when you have to make some decisions, do you make them out of love or do you make them out of fear? I'll tell you, back in the day, I used to make them all out of fear. I was running scared. I was scared of everything. I was scared of myself. I was scared of you. I was scared of everything. So I would just do things out of fear. A lot of times I wouldn't even think, oh, we just making decisions because we just think that, this is what's going to be the outcome and that I can control everything and I can fix everything. And I would just do it all out of fear. And when that happened, it was just nothing but another disaster on top of another disaster on top of another disaster. Sometimes you make a decision that's going to hurt somebody else. You ain't even think about the outcome. You ain't think about all of the parties involved because you're running scared. Today, I do it out of love. First of all, I'm doing it out of love for myself because I love myself enough not to continue to go down some of these paths that we once went down before. But on the other side, I generally do care about people, and I care about people's feelings, and there's a legacy that I'm leaving behind. So I want to make sure that I'm keeping myself and my name and my brand and everything protected the right way. So we doing it out of love, because what I put out there, I want it to return, because I know it's all, about that karmic law here. I ain't making no rash decisions. I ain't, hurting people's feelings. I ain't doing anything that's going to come back and backfire on me and resurface itself and look ugly in a whole different type of situation. So I think about things today. I study it. I pray on it. I sit with it for a little bit, and then I release it back into the universe. So today I'm doing it out of love. Before I used to do it out of fear. When you make your decisions, are you making them out of love, or are you making them out of fear? I want to say very special thank you to Miss Bethany for coming through tonight all the way from California. I see Mr. Will out there. How are you doing? Haven't seen you in a minute. Thank you for coming through. And we're going to reach out to my guest, Miss Chef Gina B.
Hello?
Hello, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, friend? I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Welcome to the 411.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I got to tell you,
that.
I'm awake now. And I got to thank you, because, your conversation before the show definitely got me up. I started playing some Clark Sisters, and, here we are here.
Oh, that's what's up. I'm glad I can help.
Because I'm telling you, before I was like, oh, we getting ready to take a nap. We are getting ready to take a nap for real. What's going on, Mo Raz Beats, all the way from France? Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you. So I talked about making decisions out of love versus fear. So today, how do you make decisions? Do you make them out of love, or do you make them out of fear?
I try to make decisions out of love. Mm-hmm. I don't want to make a decision out of fear, because then I'm not really doing it because it's true and genuine to me. I'm just doing it because I'm afraid. Whether I'm afraid of what might happen, whether I'm afraid of what people might say, whether I'm afraid of how it's going to make me look, how it's going to make me feel. So I try to just make all decisions out of love. Mm-hmm. And that mainly love for myself, number one.
Absolutely. I said that, yeah, absolutely. Because
love for because you can't feel bad for putting yourself first.
Well, I used to in the past, and that I used to do for everybody else and didn't do for Laren. And then, at the end of the day, once I start cussing people out and acting a fool, I realized why. Yep. Because, you've been screaming on the inside that you need to do things for yourself, but you too busy running around doing things for everybody else. So to avoid all of that, Go ahead.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I was just agreeing with you.
No, I was saying, now, to avoid all that stuff, to make sure that don't resurface, I make sure I take care of self first. But, it's always good speaking to you. I'll tell you that. I talk to a lot of people on here. And, we never met face to face. But I will say that regardless of whether we ever do or not, you are definitely a real down-to-earth, real person. And I appreciate the love and support. Even when we don't got no promos going on, it'll be 6 months in between. And out of nowhere, you just show love out of nowhere. And I say thank you for that. And I'm going to continuously support you. I know your new book is out this year. And this holiday season, definitely we're going to pick up a few copies and pass them out as gifts this year.
Oh, well, that's what's up. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support that you always give me. I mean, people have lives they live, and they have their businesses. So I don't take offense, if I don't hear from somebody in a while, because I know they're busy. They have things going on. But I do appreciate how you just support, no matter what.
You're so welcome, but I want you to rewind that thing again. And this goes out to my friends my few friends that I got, the few friends that I got, Fa- family. You said people are busy, right? And they got things going
Mhm.
on. I need you to repeat that
Mhm.
again. You said people are busy, right? And they got things going on.
Yes.
Did I
Yes.
did I hear you say that people are busy and they got things going on?
Okay.
You know,
Here's the thing. People are busy. They have things going on, but at the same time, if they wanted to, they would. I get busy. I get sidetracked,
mm-hmm.
but I will pop my head in every now and then. Comment or like or share or just hey, if it ain't nothing but an emoji.
I hear you on
Because
that.
you have to understand that we are all here doing what we love to do and building our businesses, building our brands. And sometimes we just get so focused on making sure that we have all of our ducks in a row that we don't take the time out to reach out to people. But with that being said, if it's been a while and somebody hasn't reached out, it's called life, and don't get offended.
Mm. Yeah, I will tell you. I'm guilty of that. I get caught up
Mhm.
in everyday routine. I call it the hamster wheel
Mhm.
sometimes. The hamster
We
wheel,
all
like
are. We
you
all
know.
we all are guilty of that.
But people take offense to it, and I don't have time for that. Like, I'm sorry. It is what it is. It takes a whole lot to make some of these things go on. Like,
Mhm.
a lot of my friends don't understand that. They think that, we just show up and all of this stuff just
Right.
happens out of nowhere. Okay, I wish it did. I really wish it did. That I could just wake up and things just happen to, just fall into my lap.
Right.
But we gotta work hard. We
Hey,
gotta go get it.
it don't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And
For
I tell people
anything.
all the time, any real friend will understand if
Hmm.
they know you have a vision, a goal, a dream, what have you, whatever the case may be, and that you're focused on that. A true friend will understand.
That is true. And you know, we're here to go through this path for him to show us who's real and who's not. And we have to make that decision.
Exactly.
Like we said, we got to make decisions out of love or fear to do the right thing, what works for us. And at the end of the day, just like at the top of the show, get over it. Get over it so that you can get
Mhm.
on with your life and move on and feel good about the situation.
Exactly.
Onyx Blade, thank you for all of the love and support out there on Twitch. I appreciate you. And we got a lot of people coming through. Christopher Temporarily out there. Um, I'm not of. I spoke to you last year, I believe. You were on Reading Between the Wines. Thank you so much for coming through. I wish that I could remember everybody's name. So sometimes I say drop it in the comments and let me know where you're calling from
Mhm.
because I speak to so many people and that's a beautiful thing. Even though I don't remember
Yeah.
everyone's name, but it's just such a beautiful process, this whole thing. So, yeah, it's coming up on 2 years for the 411 Saturday.
Wow. Look at you.
2 years. I can't believe it. I remember when I reached out to you for the first time. You came on and you talked about the first book, and now here you are with the second book.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's amazing. I mean, just seeing not just me, but just seeing your growth. If I'm putting that correctly, just seeing your own personal growth and just not just you interviewing me, but the other people you interview, and your volume one and volume two, and then your merge. I mean, it's I am sitting in North Carolina clapping for you
Well, thank you
because
so
it
much.
takes a lot to get up and do this every night and every Wednesday. That's 2 years of drive and consistency,
Well, I
and I'm proud of you for that
I
because that's the
appreciate you.
key: being consistent.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know
Yeah,
what?
that's the key. Yep.
Well, if you are not busy on Saturday, come on through and we can chat some more, but it's about you tonight, so we're gonna get into this book because
Okay. Okay.
I'm telling you, the recipes. Now, last time you were on, I know we were talking about food, and I love to eat. So, you said something about, you know, some of the brands that we eat, and I think you said something about
Mhm.
chicken sliders the last time.
Oh yeah.
Do you know I went to the
Yeah,
store
my
and what's that brand?
mhm.
What's that brand name?
Um I know Gardein does the
That
Nashville hot
there.
chicken.
Oh, that's what it was. So the Nashville hot chicken is
That's my
what you.
favorite.
I didn't.
Yes.
I didn't try that, but they have these chicken sliders. Have you ever tried them?
I look, funny story. I was actually on the Walmart app before our interview,
Mm-hmm.
adding stuff to my cart so I could have it delivered tomorrow. And I saw them pop up,
Oh my
and
goodness!
I thought, I wonder how those taste. I haven't tried them yet.
When I tell you that I tried it one time and I was just blown back by the taste, that the next day I ran back and got another box. Ran back the next day, got another box. I ended up putting some pickles on there, and I ended up putting some cheese on there.
Mm,
And you got to try them. You definitely got to try them. So for those of you who
that's
don't
what's
know,
up. I'm gonna try them.
we are speaking to Honestly Vegan here. So she is a chef, and it started off as vegan, correct?
Yes,
And
yes.
then she opened it up and started
Yeah.
to do other things, which I'll let you tell it. But that's how it started off. So when I get my recipes, I go to Chef Gina because she does it up. She's on TikTok. Y'all, please go ahead and check out her TikTok page. You can learn a lot of things from her. Your page is amazing. I always told you that. Like, how do you do that? That's amazing. Look at that. Like, when I say you get sucked into it, check out her
Mhm.
TikTok page. Let us know where we can follow you on TikTok.
Um, TikTok is honestly vegan on TikTok. And of course, Instagram, honestly vegan 2019, because that's when I went plant based in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And also on Instagram, Chef Gina B.
Okay. Now, we all over the place. That's what we do here on the 411. So it is what it is. You said that's when you went. One thing that I like about you is that your husband, he's not vegan, and you're able to still be yourself and make it work. For me, back in the day, I did this in 2013, 14, 15, whatever. Yeah, 2013. I made the decision to not eat meat. I wasn't even a pescatarian at that time. I just said I'm not eating meat. Then I got wrapped up with somebody, and of course I didn't know who I was, so I went back to eating meat and doing stuff like that, and gained like 20 pounds over my normal body weight, which was crazy. And everybody around me was sitting there watching me blow up, and no one said a damn thing. Like, okay, I think that I was in love, but damn, you don't see that I'm 20 pounds overweight. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Nope, nobody said anything.
Yeah.
Wondering why I have all these issues. Fast forward it, 2020, I decided to make another change in my life, and I am now a pescatarian. And man, I lost all of that weight. I mean, you can see it in my face
Mhm.
if you look at some of the old pictures, and all of that just completely, dropped off. So,
Oh wow.
how are you able to not get caught up into eating meat? When you have your spouse there,
Um,
that's doing it. Because
well, here's the thing that I would tell anybody.
hmm
My husband is my biggest cheerleader and my biggest supporter. Um, when I told him that I was gonna go plant based, I said, "Look, my A1C is out of control, my cholesterol." I was like, I'm exercising, the weight's not coming off. Like I've tried everything, so I'm gonna try this since I haven't tried this. And the first time I did it was a fail because I just stopped eating meat,
hmm
but I didn't do any research. Like, hey, your muscles need this protein. You're walking around feeling all achy, thinking you're sore from working out, when really you're not getting any protein.
hmm
So I had to do my research. And then when I did it a second time, like 2 weeks later, I just let go of things little by little, which is actually what the new cookbook, how that came about, because everybody can't quit cold turkey. It didn't work for me. So I had to, let go of pork, then I let go of beef, then I let go of turkey, then I let go of chicken. I don't know what was hard to let go of, chicken wings or shrimp, because those two things to me were like, oh my goodness.
Well, that's why I'm a pescatarian. That's why I'm a pescatarian, because.
And then I let go of seafood last, because I love, shrimp and crab legs and crawfish and lobster, and I'm talking about clams, mussels, calamari, you name it, I ate it, so that was the toughest. But then I had to come to terms with doing this cookbook, doing these recipes. I had to eat meat. For my meat recipes, you want to make sure it tastes good, it's seasoned right, adjusting seasons, and so I'm just being transparent.
I'm gonna pause right there.
I'm just being transparent.
I'm gonna pause right there. That is a great way to try to eat meat again. I see what you're doing.
I mean, I'm just being transparent.
Yeah. Well,
I can't tell you that my fried rib recipe is the bomb, because I put it in my bonus PDF for you guys.
So you do fried?
I haven't ate a fried rib in like 4 or 5 years.
It's so funny so funny that you said that. The only person that I have ever seen make fried ribs before is my mother. So that is amazing. Like, I've never really seen too many people do fried spare ribs.
Okay. Yeah, but the first time my husband had them when I made them, he said, what are you making tonight? I said, we're going to have some fried ribs and something. And I said, but before I fry the ribs in this grease, I'm about to do my fried macaroni. He was like, fried macaroni?
Oh, yeah, I never heard of that before.
Yeah, I was like, you take your macaroni, you make it, you bake it off in the oven. When it completely cools down, you take the ice cream scoop it out, roll it in some flour, egg wash, panko, and deep fry it.
Oh, okay.
He was like, wow.
Yeah.
And then he said he never heard of fried ribs. So, but that's the thing. It's not like I sat down and ate a whole plate of fried ribs. I would test out the recipe, and cut off a little piece just to taste the seasoning to make sure it was where I wanted it, and things like that. But I'm just being as transparent as possible, because I did those things. Yes, I ate some ribs. I have a recipe in my cookbook for bacon wrapped shrimp. Yes, I had to taste these things to make sure they were right. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, yeah, I put out this cookbook. It has carnivore recipes, vegetarian, pescatarian, and I didn't eat any of it. That would be a lie. That would be a lie. Like, come on. How are you going to say these recipes are amazing and you didn't even taste none of them? Just be honest with the people. Nobody's going to look at you different for being honest. Now, with that being said, the cookbook is out. I have weaned myself off of beef, pork, chicken, and turkey. And the last thing to wean myself off of was the shrimp and the fish. So now I am back plant-based.
Okay.
But it was a process. It was a process. And I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed the process, Laren. That food was good to me. I knew it wasn't good for me, but that food was good to my soul. I'm telling you.
The first time.
And some of that stuff I was tasting it, eating it, I was like, oh my God, I miss it so much.
But
I know I don't need it.
I have to stay away from things because, I'll be around certain foods and I'll be like, oh, I remember what that's like. Like when I was down at the shore, you walk past the stand where they sell the Italian sausages with the peppers and onions. I said, let me get away from this. But on the flip side of it, I'm so thankful today because the whole vegan, plant-based side has evolved so much. You can get Italian sausage that tastes just like it. Yep. Plant-based.
Like literally everything a meat eater would eat, we can get plant-based.
I told you about the I thought I would never eat deli meat again. And I told you about the tofurkey deli meat, right?
Oh,
Last time. Did
wait,
you?
after you told me about that,
Did,
I went to Walmart and got some.
and what did you think?
I liked it.
I
It had
was
like a smoky kind of
yeah
flavor.
yeah. I'm sitting there.
Now, when I tasted it on its own,
Mm-hmm,
I didn't really like it. Because, I opened the pack, tasted a little bit by itself.
mm-hmm.
I was like, it's okay. But once I put it on my Sara Lee keto white bread and put my, pickles and purple onions and spinach and all that, all the veggies, roasted bell pepper, and loaded it up, with some Hellman's vegan mayonnaise and a little bit of Italian dressing, I was like, oh yeah, this will work.
Yeah,
When I'm craving lunch meat, this will work.
it really does. It really does. Mm, wow, I just love talking to you. You make me laugh. Now, one thing I know we were talking about earlier is the tofu recipes. Now,
Yes.
I go to the store and I pick up my tofu and I let it sit in the refrigerator, thinking that it's gonna do its thing on its own. Cause that's a little intimidating, that tofu. But
Yeah.
but you helped me out a little earlier, so I'm gonna try it and I'll let you know how that goes.
Okay, well, let me know. I got some tofu sitting in the refrigerator right now, right next to the carrot hot dogs, because I said I was going to make hot dogs with chili. I just haven't done it yet.
Mm. Yeah, they got hot dogs out there now too. Um, Go ahead.
No, I was listening.
Now the burgers. We talked about the Impossible Whopper. We already talked about that. Have you tried the Beyond Meat?
Yes, I have tried the Beyond burger, the Beyond sausage,
Now what?
the Beyond spicy sausage.
What do you think about? I tried the spicy sausage a couple weeks ago, and that was good. What do you think about the burgers?
I like the flavor of Impossible Burger over Beyond, but I can't do Impossible Burger because the sodium content is just out of control for me. So I will choose a Beyond Burger over sardine, pure farmland, any of those because it has the lowest amount of sodium.
Mm-hmm.
Also, no soy. No soy, no gluten, and I have a gluten sensitivity. So,
okay.
But the sodium content alone, I would choose a Beyond Burger over an Impossible Burger.
When I tried that Beyond Burger, I was like, I don't believe that this happened. I put it on the grill, right? And I said, I don't believe that this is the truth here. I stood there while it was cooking and ate it right like that. Got me a bun, didn't even sit down. I was like,
I know.
I said, oh, so now I can have burgers again because it tastes just like a real burger.
Yes. Exactly.
All right, so.
Even now at restaurants.
Yeah.
Even now at restaurants.
That's how it happened.
They offer them.
Yeah. I got it at a restaurant first. That's how it happened. So then I went home and I said, all right, let me try to get it from the store and try it. I was a little leery because, sometimes the restaurants can do it up a little better than you can. So I got it at home and put that thing on the grill and was just like, Two in a pack come, right?
Yeah.
I ate all two of them and then turned around and put two more on the grill.
I was just about to say, did you eat both of them?
I sure did. Didn't even have no potato salad. Didn't have nothing with it. Just the burger.
Not both of them. Did you eat both of them?
I sure did.
I'm gonna get country. You didn't eat both of them. I know, because they're good. They're good.
The meatballs, but I tried them too. But I'm not really a fan of those. They're good, but I prefer to have the burgers.
Yeah.
All right, so now your book.
Yeah.
I love the cover. Yeah. I love the color and everything. You sitting up there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, looking beautiful. So tell us about the whole book. I'm not going to get the name right, so you're the expert. You go ahead.
I got you. I got you. So the name of the new cookbook is So Deliciously Flexitarian. And like I said before, this cookbook was, a journey from eating meat to get to the point where I am today. And like I said, I've eaten meat all my life, so I have so many recipes, that I grew up on, recipes that I've created that I just want to share with everybody. And the thing about it is, before I started this, you know, I sought God before I initiated anything. I was like, because Lord, I know how people are. I know how people talk. How she vegan and she coming out with a cookbook that got meat and stuff in it. But at the end of the day, I just want to share my love for food with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So there's recipes. There's some amazing recipes in it, like my TVP fried tacos, my enchiladas, my pulled chicken. Like I said, bacon, salmon patties, or as we used to say when I was little, salmon croquettes.
Oh, I love them. That sounds good. I haven't had them
yes,
in a minute.
salmon. Yeah, salmon patty recipe is in there. Shrimp and tomato pasta. Oh, my homemade kimchi recipe is in there. Spinach and artichoke soup. I believe my cabbage soup recipe is in there as well. Oh, and so a lot of the comments from the first cookbook was more dessert. So I have my apple crisp in there, my apple pie, my carrot cake,
and this is
my
vegan?
cake box cookies.
Now, vegans.
Some are vegan, some are regular.
Now, I'm going to tell you this. I hung out with a vegan recently. I was real close to a vegan earlier this year. So I had an experience when it comes to that lifestyle. I'm not vegan. I'm not. But
right.
I will tell you, the reason why I probably will not be a vegan?
Why is that?
Because of the desserts. Certain things you can't eat. Because of the eggs and the milk and all of this stuff.
Oh, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, that's hard. Like,
okay, so with the dessert, there are some desserts where I have a little footnote on how to make it vegan just by swapping out a few things. Like today, yesterday, I made my carrot cake. That recipe is in the cookbook. So you can use, instead of using egg, you can use applesauce. Instead of regular milk, you can use almond milk. Instead of regular butter, you can use plant-based butter. Even with my apple crisp, you can use plant-based butter to make the crumble instead of regular butter, and it still tastes good. It still tastes amazing. You can make it low sugar by adding whole earth baking blends, regular sugar and brown sugar, instead of regular sugar and regular brown sugar.
Now, have you tried to make them both ways and then have someone taste test the difference to see which one tastes better?
Yes. Yes. So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've made desserts with stevia, but it had like a little bit of an aftertaste in some of the desserts.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I made the desserts with whole earth baking blends. They have regular sugar and brown sugar varieties. Amazing. Can't even tell the difference. Can't even tell that it's not regular sugar. And I did that for my keto low carb people. That is a product, that is a brand that works and tastes and bakes just like sugar with no aftertaste.
All right. Chef Gina B, you know it because you're the expert. I know I couldn't do it. But for the vegans, I mean, I seen it. Oh, you mean to tell me you can't have any cake because it has eggs in it and this and that, and it was made with milk? Y'all missing out on a lot of stuff, but that's why we got Chef Gina B here to give you those recipes.
Yes, it's all about swapping out ingredients.
Now, do you have
the right ingredients?
Now, do you have nice vegan restaurants where you live at?
No.
Oh.
There is one vegan food truck.
Mm-hmm.
There was one.
So,
Hasn't seen it in about 2-3 months. And I didn't try their food. My daughter did, and she was like, "Mommy, it's a no for me."
So that's why
I was like,
that's why you heard me say oh. So when we get in Chef Gina B's restaurant, where you going at? I'm going to Gina B's. There you go. Look at that. You know, we speak things in an atmosphere here on the 411.
yes.
So
Oh, you already know. Speak those things.
we got
We decree things. That's what we do.
We got Gina B's.
We decree things.
Look at that. You better
yeah,
go.
because a food truck has been sitting in the back of my mind for about 2 years now.
I know it has. You ran that other one out. You ain't even have to do anything. All you had to do was think. They packed up and they left.
Yeah. So, and I'm not knocking another vegan. I'm not knocking another chef. I'm just going off of what my daughter told me.
Yeah.
She was like, it was okay, kind of but not really nothing exciting.
Well, if you're gonna do
it, you know.
If you're gonna do it, you're in the right place to do it. Cause not over here in New Jersey. To start up one of those food trucks over here, it's like a whole bunch of work. We need to go where you're at to get established and then come back over here because it's crazy here in Jersey. I know someone who got started with that, and it is a lot of work over here to get that done.
Oh, wow.
So you might be on something.
Wow.
So
yeah, like I said, it's in the background. Whenever God brings it to the forefront, that will make it happen.
Speaking of bringing things to the forefront, you got a lot of other things going on too. So you have merch. You also have some sauces and spices, right?
Yeah, I have my all-purpose seasoning that just came out. If you watch my reels, I use it on shrimp, fish, chicken, steak, pork chop. I use it on any type of meat. I use it in any type of vegetable. I also have my vinegar pepper sauce that's made with habanero and that's made with Scotch bonnet peppers and Szechuan peppercorns and things like that.
So that
type of sauce.
That's extremely hot, right?
Well, it's spicy, but it's not extremely hot because the vinegar kind of mellows out that pepper flavor. Yeah.
Yeah, because
I love it on green.
I know one time somebody put a habanero pepper on my Chinese food one time. I was so mad I couldn't even eat it anymore. I stopped talking to them for a while. They're like, oh, it's just gonna give it. They're like, oh, it's gonna give it a little spice. So, you know, my simple self just told me to go ahead and do it. Man, messed up my lunch that day.
That'll burn your mouth off.
Sure did.
Your mouth would be like one of those wax figurines that got too close to the fire and it just like melted in your mouth and melt off. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that habanero pepper ain't nothing to play with. So I checked. I was on your website and I saw the sauces and stuff, and the prices are absolutely amazing. They're real reasonable. What's the price again for the sauces?
The price for the all-purpose seasoning is it's only $6.50. My vinegar pepper sauce is only $7.50. My bonus PDF, which is 12 recipes. You know, just recipes that me and my husband like to cook together to represent the 12 years we have been married. That's only $2.99. My cookbook PDF is only $6.99. And I brought the first cookbook PDF back.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's only $3.99. Yeah, for anybody who wants to go ahead and download that before it's unavailable again.
So now there's no way that we can get the first book, right? That's completely sold out.
The hardcover, yeah.
Okay. So now we have
it's only the download, yeah.
So now we have the new book.
Yes.
Tell us the name again.
So Deliciously Flexitarian, and it's on Amazon. right now. When you go to Amazon and look it up, the first book that pops up, that's the one that was, the inside was printed in black and white when I was telling you that my publicist was livid.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look 2 books underneath the first pop-up, it's there again, and that's the correct one. That the inside is printed in color. Because who wants a cookbook where the pictures are in black and white? Come on now.
Yeah. So, what's the price of your new book?
I got a deal for y'all. It's only $19.99.
That's not bad. And how many recipes do you have in there?
I have 49.
That's not bad at all.
49 recipes. It's 101 pages. It was 104, but then we had moved some stuff around when we were editing some stuff. So, yeah, it's like 101 pages. And there is a section for everybody: carnivore, vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, carb, and a dessert section. And like I said, there's the 12 bonus recipes that PDF you can get on the website.
All right, there you have it. You heard it, Chef Gina B. Let me see if I can get it. Soul Deliciously Flexitarian.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got it. I remembered it. Y'all go ahead and support my friend, Chef Gina B, with her new book. Yeah, I'm going to pick up a few copies of that. Definitely.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, definitely will. So, the new book has been released. So, what's new for you for the rest of the year? What else you got going on?
Right now, I am working on my second seasoning, my Cajun seasoning. And then I'm trying to, there was a lot of things that I wanted to do this year that I didn't quite get to.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like, cooking, going back to cooking live like I did, and cooking lives and having guests on, and we're interviewing and talking while I'm in the kitchen chopping it up.
Mm-hmm.
Those are I want to work out the kinks with both of those, so that when the new year comes in, I'm ready to go and ready to roll.
Right. Well, I definitely want to roll up and see what type of food we got cooking. I need a live. A live. I want to be right there. I definitely want to check that out.
Yes. Working on some things.
All right, so we are up to the part where we're ready to do our burning questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's get it.
Okay, so the burning question that I have tonight is, have you ever hit rock bottom, and how would you describe the climb out process? The process to get back to some normalcy.
Yes, I have hit rock bottom. And I say that because I was in a situation, I was in a relationship about 15, 16 years old, and the person I was giving them the money for the rent had no clue they weren't paying the rent, had no clue that paperwork to appear in court had came in the mail for non-payment of rent. And I was in culinary school during the day. I was working at night at the restaurant. And then I had came home, and there was an eviction notice on the door. Now, mind you, I'm a mom of 3 kids. And I'm like, okay. And we had 10 days to find a place to stay. And day 5 rolls around with 5 days left. And I'm just in the room, sitting on the floor, crying because I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start looking. I don't know where to go. It's like I had drifted so far away. Well, I thought I had drifted so far away from God that He wasn't listening. Like I was just at the lowest point. Like, am I going to be sleeping in my car with my kids? And the car was raggedy and always breaking down anyway. So, like, what was I going to do?
Right.
So that whole process, and it was a process. I had to look inward and remember who I am. You are strong. You are resilient. And I had to think back out of all the stuff I had been through in my life already.
Mm-hmm.
This was nothing.
Right.
It seemed like a lot. But when I thought back on where the Lord had brought me from already, this right here was nothing. So what I did was I made up my mind to start looking for a place. And let me tell you something about how the Lord works. The Lord will put you in contact with people. Here I am working at this restaurant, not making a whole lot of money, but enough to get by.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, God had put people at that restaurant around me.
Absolutely.
That helped me.
And you didn't
He knew this situation was coming.
Yeah, and you didn't even know that those people were sitting there the whole time waiting.
No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not at all. No clue. But I came to work and I expressed to the head chef, hey, this is going on. Is there any way I can get an extra day off? And explain the situation. And she was like, oh, we got you. We got you. Your car keep breaking down. You need to go look for a place. Let me know. I'll help you get there. And then one of the waiters, he was like, you need somebody to watch the kids for a couple of hours, or if you need a ride, call me and I'll come pick you up and bring you to work. And then the owner of the restaurant, I found a place, to God be the glory. It wasn't the best. It was kind of raggedy. I ain't gonna lie. And for a moment, I was in my feelings, like, I came from having this. Lord, you want me to live here?
Yeah.
Here. In this neighborhood. And this little 14 by 70, supposed to be a 2-bedroom, looked like a 1-bedroom and a closet trailer. Mm-hmm. Like, my pride, I was just like, that's not me. I can't do it. Like, I can't. Like, come on, Jesus, not this.
Mm-hmm.
But not realizing that the whole time he already had a plan. But what it did was, it reminded me of how strong I can be. And it reminded me to totally rely and trust on God. So from that process, finding a place, getting the utilities on, the next step was to get a better car. And that led to me just working harder, wanting to be a better mother, wanting to spend time with my kids. Then I started going to church and remembering who God was and realizing that he has done so much for me. And then the next thing you know, the love of my life walks in my life. Right at church.
Wow. That sounds
and he made me laugh. That's how he got my attention. He made me laugh.
That sounds like a whole movie.
Because I had been sad for so long. It is. you know when you're sad for so long, and you just laugh, and it lifts your spirits, and it's like the weight isn't there no more. You know.
Wow, that was a amazing story. Thank you for sharing. Now I do have a question.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, what's that?
I do have a question. Now, when you saw that notice on that door, did you continue to pay them rent?
No.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah, I wouldn't pay him nothing. Oh,
no, I saw that, and I
like,
confronted the person, and
yeah, I'll be like, oh, this is what we're doing. This is a notice to start saving all of the money that I possibly can. Because,
exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Exactly.
Oh, but you only had 10 days anyway, so they weren't getting anything anyway. Oh, my goodness. That's crazy. Crazy story. So,
yeah,
having that happen from the time that you actually got your own and everything and started to feel a little bit like you were having some normalcy, what was the time frame? 6 months, a year, 2 years?
I want to say about a good 6 months.
Yeah.
And I say that because me and my husband, we were dating, and he would just look at me and get quiet, and he would say, you have such a wall built up around your heart, I don't think I could break through. But at the place I was at in my life, everybody had shown me their true colors. So therefore, I couldn't trust anybody. I can't trust nobody. I can't depend on nobody. I can't believe what nobody says. That was my whole thought process. So it took about 6 months from the time that whole situation happened for me to get to a space and a place where I could really breathe and relax without thinking about what might happen.
Wow. Well, that's the story there. Again, thank you so much for sharing. I mean, we learned so much. We learned about cooking and we got a little personal, so that's good. And I think that's a great way for you to be able to connect. And once you, connect with people, there's another way connecting through food as well. So I think what do they say, pairs very well.
Exactly.
Now
you can't be afraid.
Now all we need is the wine now. But now go ahead. You said you can't be afraid of.
No, no, you're good. I was thinking you can't be afraid to let people see the real you.
That is so true.
Yeah.
What last words do you have for us before we get out of here?
Holla at your girl and follow me if you're not following me already on all social media. Also, follow and watch my boy, Larry Gaines, on all platforms. Check out the website, www.honestlyvegan.info, for the cookbook PDF, bonus PDFs, the seasonings, the pepper sauce. And then head over to Amazon to purchase your hard copy of my cookbook, So Deliciously Flexitarian. I love all of you so much. Thank you for your continued support. And it is what it is.
All right. So Deliciously Flexitarian. Y'all go ahead and support my friend, Miss Chef Gina B. All right. Well, thank you so much. It's time. Night.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
It's time to go to sleep. It's been a long, productive day. It's time to go to sleep. But I enjoyed every minute of it. Every minute I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Now, if I run into any problems this weekend with that tofu, I'm reaching out to you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
All right. Take care. Have a good night.
All right. You too. All right. Bye-bye.
See ya. All right, y'all. So there you have it. Chef Gina B. Y'all go ahead and check out my friend with her new book. If you were out there on Facebook, Instagram, I saw a bunch of people popping in and out, and a couple new people as well. Thank y'all for showing up on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. You can check out the experience at Larry Gaines on YouTube. You can get small clips of the show on TikTok and Daily Motion, again, at Larry Gaines. Very special thank you to Onyx Blade supporting me out there on Twitch. Yeah, we had a lot of people come through tonight, and I definitely do appreciate you. If you would like to support the 4-in-1 podcast and Reading Between the Wines, please go ahead and click that link above all of my social media platforms. I have to give a very special thank you to my executive producer, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for allowing me to come out here and give you all the 4-in-1 podcast one more time in life. Volume 1.5 Deliberation Remix Journal. Click that link above all of my social media platforms. And we made it. Another show. Saturday. 2 years. 4-in-1 podcast. Please come back and, check me out. You can text me at 609-730-611. If you'd like to chop it up with me on Saturday and my other friends that's going to come through, we're going to be on Instagram Live. We're going to have a good time here on Saturday, celebrating 2 years of the 4-in-1 podcast. Of course, I could not do this without the love and support from each and every one of you out there. And again, the best way that you can help support is clicking that link above all of my social media platforms. Check a few things out there, whether it's Black Diamond, whether it's Volume 1.5. We got a couple things going on there. You can also like, comment, share, tag your friends, and let them know what we got going on here. And on that note, I will see each and every one of y'all on Saturday when you come through for 2-year celebration of the 411 podcast. On that note, I will see y'all when I see you. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Take care, y'all.